Jump forward 8.5 years, this is the current signage project that we're deploying right now. What we deal with a lot is people's experience of place and people navigating the right-of-way. So that's a 6-foot guy there. This is a shot down in Atlanta before we put it on the truck and shipped it up to me, so you'll see that 24.5-foot sign coming to the corner of Goodell Street soon. Communications, we deal with construction workers, may not be the best communicators. Here's a road that is closed. This is alongside Main Street at 30 miles per hour. I'm not sure how much of that you could digest. Probably road closed is all you need to see. So that's some of the things we deal with on a daily basis. Nothing says, welcome to the medical campus, like somebody putting a big vault in the ground for electric power infrastructure. May you recognize that intersection. Ulrich's in the corner. This was last year. This was incongruent to a streetscape project that was going on. This is Ellicott Street. It's a 2,800 lineal foot street. There's a shot of an electric duct bank going in, which on Ellicott Street alone was 9 miles of electric conduit. So planning for future power needs and so forth. But again, it's kind of a hassle for traffic. People experience that, and they may question whether they want to come back again. Jump forward a year, the spring, everything's in bloom. Here's a nice interplay between serviceberry and bloom, and some architecture there at the UB Center for Bioinformatics. So it worked, even though the contractor was raided by the FBI halfway through the project. Some of the green infrastructure projects I work with, I'm pretty proud of that we deployed 23 electric vehicle charging stations campus-wide. I would recommend against putting them in the public right-of-way without permission from the City of Buffalo, like was in the case here. Everything's cooled down and we're on talking terms again. Architecture can do beautiful things, right? Here's our building that we own, the BNMC. This beautiful 1970s vintage lobby, welcome, palette in the back there, some nice comfortable chairs. Jump forward with the help of architecture and a little bit of money, which always helps. And you're rapidly as the welcoming is today. My boss bought that pool table in an auction. It actually gets a lot of use, brings people together, one of those things that kind of encourages collision and great ideas. Functional, our architecture has to be functional too, right? It can't just be pretty to look at. It doesn't live in a box. Here's some more green infrastructure. That's a 1,000-watt 6-inch vertical wind turbine combined with solar panel, 24-watt solar panel that powers up a LED street light. This is in a parking lot we own. This is all off the grid. Here's our kind of in process, right? This is a parking ramp we built. Justin, relax. But it's 22,000 cubic yards of concrete there. And I did some calculation, that's enough to pour a 4-foot wide bike path all the way to Rochester. We'd rather love to see that than a parking ramp, but we're still working through that. More in process kind of thing. This is a 240-foot cut along Goodell Street by 40 feet wide. The city kind of spanked me for doing some paving without a permit. They said, Mark, you got to take care of your drainage issue. Previous to this, the water just kind of jumped off the south end of Goodell Street into the road. This is that same bioretention swale now in bloom. You can see some of those solar-powered lights in the background. This actually generates a lot of winds for us, keeps all the water from this 2.5-acre lot out of people's experience down on Canal Side, and provides a nice little venue. Okay, I don't know what this communicates to you. This was a mural project. This is on the side of that, was going to be on the side of the parking ramp. This is 50 feet tall by 20 feet wide. The architect took a little poetic license. He said, hey, it's a women's and children's hospital. I'm going to put some pills on there, But if you like to see that kind of thing, it got rejected. But if you live anywhere near Parkside and you want to come to the Parkside Community Garden Tour in the spring, that's my backyard. So that panel has a new life. So, it got rejected on the big job, but Mark's backyard, it looks great. Got a lot of compliments on that. Power of process. Here's, Southeast, the Simonelli Development Building under construction. I mean, when you just say that, doesn't that scream modern, New York City? Look at that happening, huge crane. This is taking out the tower crane, the sister crane, all this new metal studs going up. it was just a very powerful statement to me. So we have all this communication, all these things going on, but occasionally you never forget that you may get lost, not know where you are. Nature always helps you out in that respect. Anybody care to guess what side of the building that is? North. There was a hat in it for anybody who guessed, but I'll give that to Justin. So, thank you.